So we're going to dive right in. We're going to start creating this mind map as I shared with you. And with that, we're just going to start putting the pieces of your business out on this map and start looking at, the ways we're going to talk about this and describe it. So let's just start with that right away. So it's Electric Token IO is the official name. Is that right?
No, Electric Token LLC.
LLC. Okay. Okay, perfect. And so when you're thinking about the different aspects of the business, like how are you imagining the different aspects? How do we break this down on a top level?
In what sense?
Like, again, you've got like production, which has the artist combining with production and all of that. And then you also have like, corporate relations in terms of, finding corporate clients that want to, be married with the artists and the NFT. And there's so many different aspects of your business, right? So how do you categorize them on a top level of the different clients you're serving, the different, stakeholders you're working with, whatever it looks like for you?
I mean, for us, it's more so we have an abundance of clients, but they're looking to figure out a way to come into the Web3 space.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things we're looking for is to have the resources and tools to help facilitate that transition or that production.
You said transition or production, or how to facilitate? Let's say.
Yeah, transition or production into the space. Essentially creating an opportunity for the clients that we have partnerships with or we have access to that want to get in the space. They trust us enough, but now it's being able to gather the tools and resources in order to come out with a bona fide project.
Okay, great. And so the tools or resources, what are those? What do those tools or resources look like?
Well, capital resources, so being well capitalized, and B, having access to technologists, coders, marketers. And essentially, once we're well capitalized, these are things that, I have outlets to then go higher, right? But it doesn't have, it could be where the appropriate people appreciate the vision and they want to bring the human capital.
And so when you say they want to bring the human capital, what does that look like?
Well, meaning if there's a team of devs that are like, hey, we want to work with you. And do a strategic partnership and do a bunch of different releases or help build a metaverse. That's what I mean.
Okay, so in other words, that it could come in the form of finances to hire those people. It could be those people showing up because they want to create something with you guys.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's perfect. So in the realm of what we were talking about before, again, it's the mix between the inspiration and the incentive, right? So on the one side, they're working for free because they're inspired and whatever they're going to get out of it is going to be worth it. And on the other side, you're paying full market rate for their services and it's all financial based. And then there's always somewhere in the middle of that continuum that any relationship with any, potential stakeholder or partner or whatever client, can be, right? But
Correct.
in the end, what we're doing now is just identifying like what are those groups of entities. Like again, you just mentioned a few of them, the coders and the marketers, and then what is your offer, to them. And then, like you said, if you need to first bring in capital, as a starting point, then we'll start with them as the potential clients, right? The people that you're approaching for capital and what you need to sell to them basically in order to have them back it, right? And I'm sure you guys are doing a lot of that. And again, what this system is doing is it's giving you the ability not only to share that, however you guys have been sharing that internally, but to start to broadcast that out to a wide network, right? Because again, for the types of people you're looking for, the types of relationships that you're looking for, if you can offer, 10% referral fee or some commission, then, then a lot of people could be interested in helping to support you, right? So, so that's again, how we leverage all of this. So again, even though you may have that in a pitch deck that you're putting in front of investors, that sort of thing, and not that you're not going to that you're going to stop doing any of that. Of course you're going to do all of that, and you're going to layer this whole new mechanism of reaching out to financial prospects or prospects in any area, right? By again giving like these nuggets of shareable video clips that then can get shared out by your friends to their networks. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we'll dive back in. So with that in mind, again, let's keep drilling down into what it is that you need. Because like you said, if you've got plenty of this and what they're waiting on is they're waiting on you having, the right mix. It sounds like the right mix of this and capital. That capital is part of the mix of all of this, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's capital or human capital.
Mm-hmm.
Either economic capital or human capital in the sense of people wanting to join the movement.
Yeah. Yeah. And so then it makes available these different things. And again, that's where I don't know if we're going to be able to get into it today. We'll see as we go. We start at 6, so we'll see by 7 how far along we are. But we may get into the specifics of the term that's coming up with, like in the traditional world, is the sponsors, right? Traditionally, you have the opportunity for sponsors to be in the middle of whatever is getting produced that's going to get eyeballs. And who's ever producing it, it's like, oh, well, we can, the sponsors will pay for this because they're going to get their ad in the Super Bowl, right? So we get our Super Bowl production paid for because we've got all these people paying us to, so is there a mechanism like that within your model where, there's a role for a sponsor type of position?
I mean, we're not actively looking for a specific sponsor, but it's not out of the realm of opportunities, because we do have a nice amount of athletes that are part of our different partnerships, to where, because they're athletes, because they have visibility, there's always the opportunity for a collaboration between a sponsor who's looking for visibility and they're looking for identification with some of the brands that we're partnered with.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so it sounds like that's so I'm going to put the athletes. Would you put that under influencers, or what kind of?
No, they'd be clients.
They're clients. Okay.
Yeah.
So
because they're some of the partnerships that are looking for an opportunity to receive help transitioning to the Web3 space.
Right. Okay, good. so athletes are one client type, and then what are other client types that you guys are working with?
Actors or another client type. Possible companies right now as well.
Okay, good. And so again, just so I'm understanding your business model and we can, get the most out of this, these different types of entities are coming to you and saying, I want to be in the space. And then you guys are saying, okay, we can help you get in the space. What are you providing at that point?
Well, by the way, client types, you can even put authors.
Okay, great. So,
and then you could put visual artists, musicians. Essentially, these are all people that have communities already established.
mm-hmm.
And so they want assistance transitioning and figuring out ways to create products that are Web3 related that their audience will want to transition to.
Okay, good.
And then there's also, I guess, part of the mission driven, I don't know where that fits in the mind map, but is to create opportunities for the BIPOC community. No, did you put BIPOC?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay.
That was separate.
Okay. So that's essentially what our legacy will be, or one of our legacies.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but so all this is to then create an opportunity for that.
Yeah. Okay, great. Great. And so again, it's not that it's not that your clients are exclusively BIPOC community members, but perhaps predominantly. I mean, you're being more in that space. You're having more of an intention in that space.
No, we just know that in general, in real life, the BIPOC community is typically more so utilized or taken advantage of or copied without necessarily receiving a lot of the benefits that others who tend to borrow, take, etc.
Yeah.
So in this new world, if you will, this metaverse world, we want to be intentional to make sure that that doesn't, happen, at least not by us.
Yeah, no, I totally appreciate that. And I really appreciate that angle from you guys, and that you guys are doing that and being caretakers of the communities in that way. It's really great. So I'm guessing again because you guys are operating from that space, that you're attracting more clients from the BIPOC community than not, right? I'm saying that's just a natural inclination of who your clients are being, right? Or am I off on that?
No, I mean, I don't necessarily think like we're attracting that. We're just, because we have ties to music and the entertainment industry already, that's why we are attracting influencers, people of influence, period. And all the people of influence are not necessarily all BIPOC.
Got it. And those people, so the influencers, are these all the influencers, or is
Yeah,
that a
these are all
separate
people
category?
of influence. Yeah.
Okay, so good, good. So these are your client types. They want to have these products. And so, tell me what the different types of Web3 products are that you guys are offering.
Sure. I mean, well, it's not necessarily that we're offering, but we're looking to bring them into specific spaces. So one, is the metaverse. So we're actually building in the in one of the metaverses right now.
Right, which one?
Sandbox.
Uh-huh.
So metaverse products is one Web3 opportunity. NFTs in general, that's another opportunity.
Right, and with the NFTs, there's a few branches that you mentioned to me before, like investing and creating, minting, right? Tell me the different.
Yeah, I mean, because the NFT, so NFTs can come in the metaverse, can come as a metaverse product, where to get into a metaverse, you have to have an NFT as an access point or an access token to get into the metaverse. We're also looking to build streaming, audio and video streaming products within the Web3 that interact with access point NFTs again. We're looking to do live events that, again, are accessed by or through the utilization of NFTs. And the list can go on and on. It's essentially, we're looking to bridge the physical, tangible world, if you will, to the digital world, which is, for now, all intents and purposes, considered Web3.
Okay, good. So that's really good and really helpful.